Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm a little bit winded. I just received a package and I had to get it. Oh my god. Um, so I making this video because I wanted to give you guys an up-to-date what's going on. I have two things to talk about. One, it has to do with my neuropsychology evaluation that I have today. And two, it has to do with receiving the results of the MRI. All right, so I'm going to start first with the neuropsychology evaluation. Whew, I'm out of breath. I'm so out of breath. I wound up having it this morning. My appointment was around 9:45 and it lasted until 12:30. So it was like maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes of my life. And I was pretty much taken back because it was just a lot of things. The first hour it was spent was basically talking about my life story, like basically where I was born, where I went to school, how was school life, how was my social life, all that good stuff. And then after explaining everything regarding about my life story and children and all that stuff, then they got into the section of the evaluation part. And she had two, well, it was her and her assistant. So she had me go with the assistant first, and we spent a good hour of pretty much, going through different exercises. And a lot of the exercises were memory exercises, memory, like memorizing the words, doing sequence of math, like repeating sequences, different types of sequences of math, showing images of patterns, images of number patterns, and words, defining different types of words because they wanted you to describe each word and what their meanings are, as well as having like they would ask you to make a sentence and describe what this person had, like a specific picture, and you have to figure out what picture they had. So it was like really ongoing back and forth of different types of exercises, and like I said, it took an hour for that. And after a while I was just like, I was already burnt out because especially the last part, they were doing words and she wanted me to like say the words, and a lot of the words started easy and then it started getting ridiculously hard. I mean, words that I don't think any human being ever heard of. And so it was just like an excruciating moment in my life. Then once she was done with me, then she had me go back to the doctor. And then with the doctor, it was about maybe the last 30 minutes. And she was just talking, like doing various exercises also of different types, going for, I would say, like describing images, and I had to guess what image she's talking about, or talking about different words. What could this, like, what's the similarity of two different, items, like a horse and a cow? What are the similarities? And I was like, well, the animals. And she was like, yeah, that's what it is. And so these type of scenarios that she kept throwing at me, as well as numbers, different types of numbers, like trying to tell me the sequence of numbers and trying to get me to remember what the sequence numbers were, or words, what kind of words there are. If I could remember the words, half of them, I was already tired. So I started like breaking down, like my mind was already breaking down, like I couldn't remember certain things anymore. And, and I'm not going to take it personally, because I know this test is not a test that I was going to come out flying colors. I was not going to be saying, oh, I did it, I made it. I know there's things going on in my body. And so I am not going to take it really harshly to myself to make myself feel bad about it because I didn't do well. I'm taking it as is, because unfortunately, I'm going through something. I'm going through something physical, and it's affecting my mind. So now, after I was finished with all the testing, I have a meeting next Wednesday, because it takes them a week to put together the report. And once the report is put together, then I'm going to have a conference call with her, and she's going to break down of the results of that report. So then I can get an understanding where I'm at when it comes mentally, because, she knows I'm not depressed. I answered a lot of those questions, because she also threw questions of whether I was feeling suicidal and stuff like that. And I'm not suicidal. I'm not depressed. I'm just lack of sleep, but it's not to the point that I want to hurt myself. So, I'm going to be next week reviewing a lot of the report and understanding where I'm at regarding about that. But if anybody that's going to go through this, be prepared. It's going to be a process that not every person's going to handle it well. And don't take those evaluations to heart, because the purpose of it is just trying to figure out what is going on and how they can help you, in a sense of helping you retain that memory, like what steps they can help you. So that's part of what I went through for this particular evaluation. Now, the other part I wanted to talk about was I did receive the results of my MRI. I don't have a final diagnosis, but all I can say is that it did come up abnormal. Yesterday how I found out was because I received a phone call from the neurology department, and they're scheduling me to see a specialist. And I was kind of confused, because I was like, a specialist, what is this about? And she was like, well, you had an MRI done last week. And I was like, yes. She goes, well, your neurologist, she's scheduling you to see a specialist because she needs you to see this specialist soon. I was like, okay. So it raised an eyebrow, because I never gotten anybody to reach out to me. And there goes my package again. Sorry about that. A second package. and I live on the 3rd floor, so imagine, this is why I'm winded right now. So as I was trying to say is that I had received my results, and they were abnormal. And so they scheduled me to see a specialist in the hospital. Unfortunately, since I'm dealing with the hospital, I'm not going to see the specialist until the end of June. So in the meantime, I'm going to have to try to stay as calm as possible and not try to get into a flare-up. because I can't afford to be in the hospital again. And I definitely not going to be able to drink anymore because obviously it will affect my body. And what so far they have seen is just that a lot of my issues are stemming from my brain all the way down through my neck. So like in the front part of the brain, not only I have one benign tumor, but there was like different little white matter throughout the front part of the brain. It's multiple. It's not just one. It's just multiple white matters that they found on the brain part and the front part. And then there was also one of my arteries that go into the brain. Unfortunately, there was like blockages. So a lot of the oxygen in blood is not flowing freely into the brain. There's no hemorrhaging, thank God. That I could assure you. But a lot of the blood flow is not going through well. They couldn't even find one of the other veins that is in my neck area going into the brain area. They couldn't even find that. So obviously it's blocked off. You know, it's scary for me. It's a scary time for me. I feel like I'm reliving my life in 2012 again and fighting for my life again. And I'm not gonna say what is causing it, because until I have a sit down with the specialist and she gives me a breakdown, I could give you a concrete answer of what is really going on. But I already have an assumption what this problem is. I just need to have the doctor confirm my issue. But, you know, all I can do is just pray, keep the positivity going. I'm honestly, I am scared. Because, you know, trying to stay healthy is going to be a challenge. And also I got to worry because I need to find a way to survive. And it's not just the physical part. It's just that I was in the process of trying to find a job. And now it's going to become a bigger challenge to find a job that could let me have that flexibility of attending, you know, my medical visits. And not every job in New York City is going to allow that. They're going to just probably put the wall on me and say, well, she's not usable, you know? And that's the part that scares me. So it's a heavy time for me. Anyway, so until the meantime, I'm gonna just stay focused on my goal and continue doing what I have to do. And until I see the specialist in June, there's not much I can say after this. All I can ask everybody is just keep me in your prayers. I really will need that. Alrighty, so I'll let you go. And everybody, if you happen to see this video, please give it a like. You know, because, you know, anybody that is going through what I'm going through, at least get a chance to see what I'm going through with my struggles and trying to overcome whatever is going on here in this body, and get my story out. All right, so please, everybody, stay safe, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye.